So if I'm Luminosity, I am adjusting my I'm adjusting my game plan specifically with the solo lane, maybe even my picks and bans. Let's get a look. Luminosity versus Eager, game number 2.
But it just wasn't enough. DJ closing the gap there into the sash. This game was dead even less than 5 minutes ago, and now it's 2 Phoenixes and a triple room from TheBest. Crush coming through, and that's going to be another kill. Zapman's now in trouble as well. He will ricochet for a double kill!
Heading into game number 2 here for Luminosity versus Eager. Luminosity is definitely on that block where they have to prove themselves, right? They stepped up the pedestal, and Team Eager has put them in that spot. Luminosity now takes first pick, first ban. Do they change their strategy because of this?
Well, not particularly. Luminosity is actually going to ban out Thor. This is
this deja vu?
very interesting.
Is this reverse? What's reverse deja vu?
I don't know.
Vuja de? No, I'm not.
But
gonna go there.
Luminosity, I mean, they've got andinster. It's just a very big, obvious choice to go ahead and pick the Thor. And that's what they've been doing for the past, I don't even know how many weeks, number of weeks, about 6 weeks. Thor has just been the #1 pick going Luminosity. So, understanding the Team Eager has a strong jungler on their side as well. Almost looks like backwards bans.
It's like backwards, except for Kuma. Yeah. I mean, last time we had Sobek, Thor, and Naja on the side of Eager, so they swapped around here. So they know, Aror picked up Kumba last game. Now, what's interesting to me about this is really the only thing that changed was first pick to second pick. So knowing your second pick, do you have to ban supports?
Not necessarily. Eager actually prefer going second pick, or at least they did earlier in the season, because they like getting the 1-2 punch. Certain gods that just combo with each other very well.
Sure. So first pick's going to be Raijin. They're going to pick another character I don't know just to tease me about it.
Huge burst damage. That's really what you're looking at out of Raijin. He's got a couple of tools on the ultimate to sort of work as far as crowd control is concerned, but that's a light deal. It's realistically all about he's got this mark like Ho Yi, and he can detonate it. So he gets the mark, he teleports to you, you have next to no HP, and then he confirms that you have none with the follow-up damage either out of his first ability or his drums aboard the ultimate. Raijin is a big, bursty Mama Jamma, let's say.
Mama Jamma. So where do you expect him to rock out in this map? Mid lane?
Always mid lane.
Always mid lane.
Very similar to what BaRRaCCuDDa was able to do on Zeus. You're going to see a very similar gameplay. You got to be very careful with your positioning because of lack of escape, because you're usually using your escape offensively.
So Eager, we've got Scylla picked out. That was a great play for Best last time. I mean, a nice knock-up with the Kumba. They guaranteed that hit. Serqet's going to be locked in as well. So after banning 2 assassins, they say, okay, we don't want to go any deeper into our roster.
Yes.
Let's load that out. Now, when you've got 2 picks on Luminosity, do they go for Hunter, or is BaRRaCCuDDa flexible enough to let that ride?
Both of our hunters here today, both BaRRaCCuDDa and Zapman, are very strong in their own right. BaRRaCCuDDa's got a very deep god pool. And I mean, BaRRaCCuDDa's got the highest KDA in the world as far as Hunter is concerned, 5.3. So he's used to playing virtually whatever the team needs and still be relatively safe on it. So I don't think we really force the Hunter pick here. Luminosity instead will go the Awilix pick and then follow it up with the Anhur.
There's the Anhur. So Anhur very rarely banned across the split. About a quarter of the time being picked up and winning, less than half the time. But we saw what BaRRaCCuDDa could do it last game. And, it's really hard to play the Hunter on the losing team because a lot of times you need the setup in front of you to take the shots. There goes an Ares. Now, most of the time when Ares pops no escape, his ultimate pulls people in, that just forces purification beads. So they won't have the guaranteed instant blink knockup from Kumba to guarantee the Scylla ultimate. Are they going to look for the same setup here?
Honestly, yes. It's still going to be the same old. It's not necessarily the Ares pulling damage into the Scylla. It might be Serqet setting up some players with a push out of the ultimate, or even subsequent picks that we don't see from Eager just yet. But with the Ares pick, first of all, this is Aror. He made a name for himself on Fenrir support. I'm not surprised to see an offensive support here coming out from the Ares. Also, not for nothing, works very well against Anhur, eliminating the jump in the middle of the lane.
Now, we saw in the highlight reels, Zapman, Hu Yi, not a good idea for enemy teams. They banned him out, they banned on Uller. It looks like they haven't adjusted their strategy for Jingwei in any way, And Team Eager, of course, on the right side, going to pick up Xbalanque instead. Is that just a one-off to confuse them?
I mean, Team Eager, when it comes to Zapman and BaRRaCCuDDa, these are two of the better hunters in the world. Zapman now dethroning Emilito. He's got the most kills, so he's known to be this aggressive hunter. Ho-Yi and Uller, definitely two of the more aggressive characters. But Xbalanque, this is a character that not only has Zapman performed well on, but he actually introduced him to Season 3 SPL.
They're going to add 2 children on the side of Eager. We got baby Scylla and baby Vamana. Left side, Ravana going to be locked in after Sylvanus. So Sylvanus, he actually, he's got a knock up, right? He's got a grab, he's got a root, he's got a lot of ways to control space, but also to heal his teammates. So
yes.
He's going to keep Anhur alive. Awilix gets too risky, he's going to get out there. Now, Raijin, is he a little tankier?
No, he looks like it because he's gigantic, but he's just a real old squishy mage.
So on the inside, he's a softie?
Pretty much.
Alrighty. Well, on the right side, Vamana, this is why I asked, because, Vamana, very good at getting to the back line and staying there, right? He's got clear the path, which he literally clears the path. He knocks everyone out of the way, knocks everyone up. He's able to get back there. And once he's back there, he's got a slow, he got his ultimate CC immunity and AoE attacks. If you're Anhur, if you're Raijin, how do you get away from the big baby?
That's going to be the question Luminosity finds themselves asking when Team Eager barrels down. Ares, this is the first god not named Geb that is not a Kumba or a Sobek picked in the Guardian role for Eager in the past 7 weeks. Let's see if it works out. Game number 2, Eager versus Luminosity.
Look at this, BaRRaCCuDDa left untouched in the middle of 4, finds the stun. He's going to be focusing Master to the back line. There goes Stealth, and there goes Mast as well. Triple kill coming up from BaRRaCCuDDa, and Luminosity are looking good to close out game 2. Trying to find the last hit. That's the 3rd kill in a row for andinster, and this is Luminosity. You can't count them out at any stage in the game. Looking for a 3rd, but BaRRaCCuDDa might be able to turn this. And a double kill for the BaRRaCCuDDa.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 in the 2-game set. We're in the spring set, Luminosity versus Eager. You know who's playing, but you may not know that this is already 1-0 in favor of Eager. Luminosity, they're tied for wins in the series for the set, and Luminosity wants to take the win here.
Yeah, and both of these teams want the win. They are currently tied in their standings position. Whoever wins this one winds up separating themselves away from the other, which as the Race for Dream gets closer and closer with just a few weeks, and it's very, very important. Now, Sylvanus is a character that we don't see too much of recently. A lot of focus have been put on some of the other supports. But JeffHindla makes this character work mainly because JeffHindla is it's interesting. Jeff always wants to fight, but at the same time, I still see him as more of a supportive support in the sense that he wants to protect his teammates more than set up the fights like perhaps an Aror.
Sure. I thought it was because they both had the same beard.
That too.
I figured that was the main reason why they're connected to each other. And also, JeffHindla could ride trees. We don't know.
Hey, it's possible. You know a little bit about Sylvanus, don't you?
I do a little bit, yeah. Well, less about Sylvanus, more about his tree friend.
Yeah, Grover, right?
Grover the man.
He's a good friend of yours.
He doesn't have his axe.
No.
He's missing it.
So it's actually really fun. Drybear now works on a game called Paladins on the other side of hi-rez, and Grover's playable. Not Sylvanus. It's just the big old tree.
Just Grover's really the hero in all this.
And he's got this he's got this Fatalis card, and he just hits you with this axe. He just chases you down. It's kind of fun playing Grover.
He's pretty terrifying. But terrified is the word I would use to describe these boars here. Is two, celestial beings are coming down and killing them with spears from the ether. We're going to see Ares and Xbalanque come into lane to push this up. Obviously, we're going to see both throwing daggers being picked up here. Now, I do see Ares picking up. Is that the creepiest curse you've ever seen?
Oh, that is creepier.
It's creepier than that?
Good route, gets that man out of his dash. But yeah, that is going to be the curse. So Aurora certainly looking for the early kill potential.
So glad I got that right.
Letting Zapman go ahead and, get the early kill. JeffHindla now stuck out, but a beautiful impale from BaRRaCCuDDa separates Luminosity from Eager's long way.
Fernando is chasing Grover here. It's blowing my mind. My mind is just messed up right now.
The Paladin's lane.
It's coming. There's the chains on Hindla. There's the chains on BaRRaCCuDDa. Actually forced to use the beads, and there goes the Rising Jaguar into the impale into the wall, and it's going to stop that right in its tracks. Look at the gold numbers, about even actually. So Luminosity not as behind as they were in the first few minutes.
Yeah, very aggressive long lane here. Luminosity forcing the push with JeffHindla and Anhur. These are characters that really excel at push, and Xbalanque not one of those guys. But Aurora and Zapman can definitely put out the damage. As we focus towards the mid lane, though, BaRRaCCuDDa will head over here and look for these mid harpies that will be spawning in about a minute or so. But Eager has successfully put their ward exactly where BaRRaCCuDDa wants to walk. So no secrets coming out from Luminosity.
Speaking of walking, does he have 2 toes?
Probably.
It looks like he has 2 toes.
Yeah, I think, yeah, he does.
That's a better name than TheBoosh.
Sure.
We should call him 2 toes.
But he's got 4 toes. He's got 2 feet.
4 toes total, but 2 toes per foot.
So 4 toes total. Can you say that 3 times fast?
4 toes total.
Andinster's going to come over. Not going to find the gank just yet, but instead just poke out some of these minions.
A little bit of gold lead for Eager. They're kind of clearing those waves a little faster. We see Andinster rotating around. It's slight. It's not a huge deal, but it's something to keep an eye on because that can definitely be exacerbated if the situation arises. The mid camps are coming up pretty shortly here. They're going to be pushing this down. On the left side, it looks like djpernicus is lurking.
Yeah, he's just waiting for an opportunity. djpernicus. Luminosity doesn't know he's here just yet. DJ jumping over the side. Everybody hears him. Deathbane not going to be on the mark. And a good impale keeps the jungler at bay.
djpernicus, okay, fine. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to come into your lane. So we have minions in front of the fire giant.
Yep.
What do they provide?
So about 90 gold in total when taken by the jungler. And, of course, Bombers Mask will help share that with the mid lane. But a kill is worth a lot more than 90 gold. Forced into the ultimate's Divios very quickly. And that'll mean he's CC immune for the Feather Step coming out of Andy. Divios will turn around and try to make best use of his ult. But all in all, it's an ultimate for basically nothing coming out from Luminosity. That's a win for the blue team.
Well, the interesting part, too, when you look at Vamana or Sobek, a lot of times you'll see that they'll use their ultimates just for mana or just for health. The movement speed buff's going to be picked up here. But, Vamana, Divios, he just wanted to refresh himself.
Yep.
It looks like he didn't go teleport to towers this game, so he's definitely looking to keep himself healthy in the game so he doesn't have to worry about it.
And Scary D actually noted what Divios did in game number 1 and said, fine, if you're not going to take the teleport, then I don't have to take the teleport either. And Scary D goes ahead, picks up Wrath to prevent some of the onslaught that was happening in Luminosity's own jungle in game number 1.
Damage buff on BaRRaCCuDDa on 2 toes. 2 toes is going to come over here and take down these back Harpies. 4 minutes into the game. They're just looking for gold. Really, it doesn't look like either team is playing it hyper aggressive. Now, we do see a similar lineup from Eager this time around, and a little bit more of a defensive lineup for Luminosity. Is Eager just saying, hey, we have an aggressive lineup, we just don't have to worry about it this time around?
A little bit. I'd say a little bit of column A and a little bit of column B, honestly, Dry Bear. Eager are in a position where they are very comfortable on the gods that they're playing. These are honestly just Eager comfort picks. DJ on the Serqet, TheBest on the mid lane Scylla, Aror playing very much his own Ares, Zapman on the Xbalanque. These are characters that everybody on the side of Eager feel fit with. I mean, even if there wasn't a composition here, I think Eager would still pick these 5 gods.
This is freaking me out.
The Paladin's lane?
The Paladin's lane. It's freaking me out, man.
This is actually one of a lot of the guys really like
There's his face.
this Ares skin. Oh, his face? You mean the Dry Bear face?
Oh, the Dry Bear face. Better tan, though. djpernicus going to be locked down there as they clear out the Fire Giant minions. What are they called?
Well, technically they're fire elementals.
Oh.
I've called them everything from goblins to imps to little guys to minions.
How many toes do they have?
I think they have 4 on each foot, making 8.
So they have, the 4, but there's, how many of them? 3 of them?
There's 3.
Oh, okay.
So that
we got
means they're
12
24
toes. No, you got to do 1 foot at a time.
Oh.
Don't jump the foot here.
Well, I'm trying to just put 1 foot in front of the other. That's how I
You got to
guess.
put your best foot forward, and
Yep.
Unfortunately, if your foot only has 2 toes, that may not be the best option.
The grip might be a little troublesome.
They're thick toes, though. All right, so go to the itemization here. You can see that both Vamana and Serqet have picked up Warrior Tabi.
Yep.
What boots will the Hunters be picking up on Xbalanque and Anhur? They both going Warriors?
Xbalanque should be going Ninja Tabby as far as the basic attack speed is concerned, simply because Xbalanque gets 30 free power
Free
if he
base
does
damage.
right. Yeah, if everything works out right, Xbalanque winds up with a whole bunch of free power, so it's all about that attack speed. And plus, flat damage on your branching bolas as well, your attack speed works out if you're playing the Xbalanque.
Adventurer's Blade on Sylvanus. Is this just because he doesn't want to be slowed down and he doesn't want to be rooted?
HP. Basically, this build really came to prominence by way of Jigs, the support player for Soar. Boots stay at level 1 because the amount of gold needed to invest into Boots 2 and then Boots 3, a little bit not as much as players really want to adjust to. But Scary D, he's going to jump away, chained or not, and there's response from Luminosity. So a very strong game coming out from Eager is answered in kind with a strong rotation from Luminosity.
That's the beauty of Sylvanus, right? He pops the heal, he keeps Scary D. I mean, Scary D went down to about a third. He's over half now. He's keeping that health up. He's actually regenerating a little bit more.
Yep.
So a nice, defensive Xbalanque ultimate from Zapman. And again, they don't really want to give anything out early. So when you look at these lineups, let's say, project into the future, F. We're 40 minutes into this game. everyone's full build. Who's scarier?
Zapman scary. BaRRaCCuDDa is scary. Zapman scary. Right now, andinster has to be scared. Pop up the purification, get rid of the taunt from djpernicus. A lot of damage dealt to the jungler, but in turn, DJ will just strip away the jungle. Again, doesn't always have to result in a kill. It's more about the stuff after the stuff.
Well, stuff after the stuff at this point is going to be blue buff and potentially even movement speed. djpernicus going to jump in. Looks like they're going to push it in the mid lane. And BaRRaCCuDDa, though he has 2 toes, he's not fast enough to walk around the edge and get in there in time. This movement speed buff will go to Pern. He's going to get both of them and they get the blue buff. So even though, again, like you mentioned, they didn't get the kill, it was worth it because it forced them back to base and they got 2 buffs out of it.
It's all about spacing, Drybear. It's all about having a numbers advantage, and in that situation, Eager was able to force the spacing in the right jungle by taking a player out of the conversation. Now you're guaranteed at least a 5-on-4 for the next. It takes 19 seconds to walk up to the base, from the base to get to your buff camp. Now you're guaranteed a little bit of wiggle room, at least 19 seconds. So with that, you're able to take a look at the blue buff, say, hey, that was only about 7 to 10 seconds. We can continue on to the next one, and we're ready to fight.
Nice ward placed down there by Aror. He walked in right as they were doing goal theory, placed the ward down, knowing they didn't have any sentries about just yet. And with that, it looks like they were willing to just give it up. They realized, hey, they've got vision on us. It's not really a great pickup right now. We're on a perfect spot. Let's just back off. But Aror, with the forethought to kind of get the ward ahead of time and walk over the Gold Fury around 8-9 minutes, knowing a Gold Fury could be an opportunity, especially knowing BaRRaCCuDDa, he stopped that in its tracks.
Scary D doing some proxy farming. This is a strategy we've seen out of a number of solo laners. Basically, you clear the wave as fast as possible, which allows you to rotate as much as possible. So this wave, Scary D is taking it to the nth degree and pushing onto a Phoenix at level 8, but now he's got all this time to play with in the world.
Oh, Pern in a lot of trouble, dash away. There goes something. Something's happened. A lot of lightning's coming down from the sky. I'm imagining it's 2 toes, and there goes the kill on djpernicus. It's a big pickup. So, you know, it looks like he has a way to teleport.
Yeah, so that's what I was talking about. His escape is more often than not used aggressively. He marks you with this mark, and it's very interesting how Raijin's burst happens because the ultimate is very strong. But basically, the second ability that's being maxed, that is a mark, and it deals no damage unless you detonate it by way of your other abilities. So what happens is you see Raijin's go ahead and put the mark on, and then teleport right into your grill. So you take that burst from the 2, and then either launch up in the ultimate where you're CC immune, and you just sort of bang on the drums, dealing out as much damage as you want. But despite the damage coming out of the BaRRaCCuDDa, that play was brought to you by andinster. If djpernicus takes 90% of his HP and gets out, it's not that big a deal because that's on Luminosity's front, and they're not able to find a follow-up objective after that.
Right.
andinster ensures that djpernicus dies and gets the 500 gold first blood because of the ultimate yanking DJ out of the sky.
That's right. So you see the jump from djpernicus, and actually CC immune on Rising Jaguar, so that won't pull, correct?
Yep. Nope.
So it looks like it's just djpernicus gonna go ahead and jump out, get pulled back by andinster. But of course, they do have a knock-up from JeffHindla and Sylvanus.
Scylla actually also a target to be pulled out of the sky by andinster,
That
although
counts.
it's under the ground. Yes, both Scylla and Hades Dash will be able to be pulled by Awilix's ultimate. So you got to be a little bit careful. It's very fast on Scylla, but it's totally possible.
You can do it. But like I said, they also have a guaranteed knock-up with the Sylvanus ultimate, but also the Anhur jump as well. So they'll have it available and then combo together. There's some damage coming down on Scary D, pushing him back. Fernando doing a good job of doing that. 1-0. So first blood is on Luminosity. Of course, they were able to take out djpernicus on Serqet. It's a great pickup because, you know, as Serqet starts to fall behind, she's inherently a very squishy character.
Oh, yeah.
And she needs to have enough damage to get the pick and get out. If she doesn't, she's not as useful.
Exactly. She's Serqet's one of those characters that really, her goal is to eliminate players, and without the items online, she's not able to do that. JeffHindla now being focused and might be eliminated, but BaRRaCCuDDa shows up and provides artillery from afar. Purification is good on one, but not on the other. JeffHindla gets pulled, and now the damage from Eager being pushed forward as Divios in the ultimate chases Awilix out.
Nice heal coming out from JeffHindla there. Going to keep Scary D alive. There's the mark we were talking about earlier. So no follow-up just yet from the BaRRaCCuDDa. Anhur's going to pick up Aror. There's the dunk over the wall. TheBest is able to pick it up. Actually, nice blink there from the BaRRaCCuDDa to avoid the second dunk from TheBest, but there's a reason they call him that.
Able to find one, but not two. That kill on the BaRRaCCuDDa, or lack thereof. What? That's rough. That's one of the most recent changes. That Raijin, when he teleports, when he was invisible, he used to be able to be targeted. So you were able to like stop, silence out his dash or kill him in that situation. Now, as soon as he's invisible, he's actually invisible.
Nothing.
So completely, it looks great, but it doesn't come through in the clutch. And BaRRaCCuDDa winds up escaping one more time. 0-0 and 1 slash line for the mid.
Aussie picked up here by BaRRaCCuDDa, gonna get a little life steal and some attack speed. We do see that it looks like Raijin. Now, is this gonna be a book?
Yeah, most likely. Could be.
Book of
Most
Thoth.
likely will be the Book of Thoth. It's just very strong power bank and just a lot of damage coming out. But, I mean, you know, Soul Reaver's certainly good. Both of these options are strong, but because of how early in the game we're at, Dry Bear, I anticipate it'll be a Book of Thoth.
So we've got Sovereignty already done there for Aror on Ares. Because of the early start from Adventurer's Blade, it looks like this is not transitioning into a Sovereignty on the side of Luminosity.
No.
You know, you just don't need it?
Well, they're two very different schools of thought. One, Ares will get benefit from his passive because of the aura items. But two, when you see the Sylvanus build, basically you're foregoing the rank 2 and 3 boots because the investment as far as gold probably just isn't worth it in juxtaposition to the raw amount of health that you go ahead, you pick up from items like Winged Blade, etc. On the left side, on the Sylvanus, you're going to see a little bit more of a, I don't want to say selfish, but a character-centric build, since Sylvanus has to be in the middle of everything going for the initiations, whereas Aror is going to look for these team-oriented, likely following up the Sovereignty with a Heart Word to just keep up his aura, his situation where he wants to provide bolster defenses for his teammates.
Nice knock-up, nice grab, nice pickup there. There's a nice EGM to avoid the damage from Desert Fury coming through. There goes the hook. TheBest will fall down. Booster pulled in. There goes the hit. 3 pull. They're looking for the damage on top of BaRRaCCuDDa. BaRRaCCuDDa dropping down low. He gets healed up. There goes the Rising Jaguar to take him down. And JeffHindla is on the run.
Very good pull from Aror. Sets up 3 players to go ahead and die. But Eager, they're only able to find 2. A couple of players from Luminosity able to escape to safety underneath the tower. Zapman on this new Xbalanque skin, just chewing through the opposition. He's already got a kill to his name and 2 assists. More importantly, though, that kill will provide 5 more power to the young Mayan Hunter.
You see no escape there is very apropos. That ultimate pulled in 3 targets, and that was a great turnaround for Eager. We're actually 3-3 right now. Eager in the lead, and they're taking Gold Fury. Nice zoning coming out here from Scary D, keeping him off the Gold Fury. Scary D being prevented by Aror off the Gold Fury. Nice pickup. They're going to get some gold. 3,300 in the lead, 4,600 experience as well. Wow.
And I'm so happy that that happened, not because I'm an Eager fan or nothing, but because I'm a fan of good Smite. Eager makes a hard mistake dropping the Gold Fury in last game because they just don't show up. They just, oops, we forgot to zone completely. Aror makes sure to zone there, and that's good. That is just strong top-level Smite. Not only is it a good play, but it's an adjustment to a play that previously didn't work out. Very well done.
Damage coming out from Scary D, going to push this tower up. It looks like Divios is going to get the blue buff in time. Andinster and Scary D are just poking their heads in, see what's going on. We're about to cross the 15-minute mark. And remember, Eager did take game 1, so Luminosity with a slight disadvantage here. They want to hold on to what's left of this lead.
15, and it's 3-3. But as you said, a little bit of a lead. You might be misled if you're not looking at the gold. Eager now in this situation, Dry Bear, they need to keep on pushing, and they need to identify where their lead is. They have to see that Zapman has yet to find a death, and because of that, maybe leverage some of this long lane a little bit. He's got to level up on BaRRaCCuDDa, and now look for some of the fights on the left side of the map.
A lot of pings coming out here. Looks like it's from Eager. They're setting up for something. Team Paladin's coming over on the left side. Andinster's going to hop up on Suku, back up just a bit. djpernicus is here, but it looks like they're privy to it. He's going to be back, and you can't tell if this is real or not. He might be faking it out. There goes the cat. No, it was real, so he goes back to base. It looks like TheBest is doing the same thing, and Aror is as well. They realize there's not a whole lot going on here. There's no buffs to take. There's no mid-camps. There's no Gold Fury. The tower is defended. Why not go back home and buy?
And that's a big point there. A lot of teams will go ahead and notice, hey, there are only 3 players on the map. We can force this mid lane tower very quickly. With the amount of damage that players are able to amass this early on in 16 minutes, I mean, these towers can fall down in a number of basic attacks. So by taking their opportunities and hiding and grouping as a unit, Eager are able to find a safe spot to back.
There goes the pull. Scary D on top, but Dame is coming out from Aror. They will get the kill on that one. And honestly, I'm a little surprised to see that. Left side, we see BaRRaCCuDDa pushing the tower, but, you know, Scary D really didn't have anything to
Divios.
accomplish there. Even if he got
Right.
this movement speed buff, it wasn't a big win. His positioning was quite poor. He didn't really have an escape route. And even with his ultimate, he still can't get out very quickly. So to me, I'm surprised to see him go so aggressive on a speed buff with no backup.
The idea was I have Wrath in hand. You can see Scary D even unable to use the Wrath in that engagement. That was the entire game plan. I can go ahead, I can hog this minion, I can pick it up for free, but Eager just didn't give him the opportunity and instead turns away from the buff and looks directly at the player and puts Ravana in the ground for the first time this game.
It definitely worked. I mean, obviously 4-3, they take a kill advantage by 1. We got 4,000 gold here, just about in favor of Eager. You know, no towers have fallen just yet. BaRRaCCuDDa almost got that left side tower, but being the smart man that John Salter is, he was able to just back up knowing I could get this tower, but it's not worth my life.
I mean, Divios rotated very, very strongly. He's level 17. He's got that relic online for about 5 levels now, so no surprise to find Divios transferring over to that long lane and to secure that tower.
Looks like we're grouping up here. Here goes the bolster defenses coming out from Aror. They'll keep his team rolling. I just realized there's Paladin's gems on the bottom of that. There goes the mark. There goes the ultimate coming out from Aror. Not going to grab anyone, but forced an ultimate from JeffHindla. That's huge.
That's a big one. Luminosity are relying on that ultimate out of the Sylvanus really to start a lot of these conversations. BaRRaCCuDDa doesn't have much of an initiation outside of his ultimate. Andinster certainly wants to be a secondary initiator. It's really up to Scary D now to start these fights simply by jumping in. djpernicus being kept out on the side by BaRRaCCuDDa.
Well, I mean, you saw Pernicus actually blink on top of BaRRaCCuDDa looking for the kill. BaRRaCCuDDa reacted quite calmly, actually. We do know BaRRaCCuDDa has his ultimate available, so he has a CC immunity if he needs it. But, you know, that Venom coming out from djpernicus might be enough to seal the deal. There goes the root coming out from Hindla. Nice slow coming out from Zapman. Scary D backpedaling his way to the tower. They're on the defense. It looks like the left side jungle, we're going to get some poke damage coming out. And Andinster in trouble.
The ultimate already used by DJ. It's not going to be enough to kill Andy, but it'll be enough to send Andy packing. DJ now forces BaRRaCCuDDa to show up here as well. Zapman takes out JeffHindla with 2 in the middle lane. That means 3 are left, 1 dead already. That's 1 left. It's just Scary D by himself, surrounded by 3 separate Eager jerseys. And that's all Eager want. More importantly, Best will pick up the kill. More importantly, they get the towers.
Oh. Desert Fury comes out there from BaRRaCCuDDa, not gonna be enough to kill out Zapman. He dodged about half the arrows there. Oh, Andinster wants the kill. Nice starts, last-ditch effort, gets the hit. The damage will come down. Andinster will actually die to the darts, and they're gonna push down this right side tower. So, you know, it's amazing to me to see how much confidence Zapman has in his teammates. I mean, he's sitting at 10% HP, surrounded by danger, and he says, okay, I know my teammates got my back. I'm gonna do whatever I can to make the situation a good one.
And I think that's the largest difference for me from Zapman Season 2 to Zapman Season 3. When we saw Zapman, his most successful, he was on a team called Team Dignitas with players that he had played with for pretty much forever. That team just made themselves the identity of North American Smite. It was Zapman, Shadow Q, Laz's, TheBest, and they were alongside, who was their solo laner?
Anatoly!
And
so forgetful.
And so Zapman surrounds himself in Season 1 with these players that he can routinely rely on. And I think without getting too deep into it, if we point to what the downfall of Dignitas was this lack of team dependability, this sort of like, I don't know if I can trust this guy for X, Y, and Z. Season 2, Zapman comes around, and again, the team seems to have some trouble finding some common ground. Season 3, these guys, from day one, you can check it on their stream, they're always playing together, they're always associated together, and I think that culture is the biggest change to Zapman in a number of years.
Blink ult. Let's see if they can grasp it. There's 2 coming down. Nice damage coming out from 2 toes there. djpernicus dropping low. Nice impale, nice hit. BaRRaCCuDDa takes him out. JeffHindla will fall. Zapman on the chase here, looking for Scary D. Scary D's at full health here, but he doesn't really have any damage to back him up. He's tanky, yes, but he doesn't have any kill potential here on these targets stacking up. It was a nice 1-for-2 trade. djpernicus jumped in there. It was a nice initiation from Aror as well. The Gold Fury will be their prize.
It's exactly what Eager came to get, and they'll pick it up for it. Half HP on the Gold Fury, but Luminosity Scary D going to show up. Half HP on the solo laner as well.
Scary D.
Make that 25%. Jumping over the wall. He'll be safe for a moment. Zapman likely not going to chase and could instead turn on the Gold Fury. That's exactly what he'll do. Solo lane for Luminosity escapes, but BaRRaCCuDDa's still here.
So brave, such hero, much wow. He gets out of the fight there. He will survive for the time being, but Eager knows. You know what, there goes the pick. It goes to Team Eager. They will secure that. BaRRaCCuDDa going to be forced out by the damage from Divios. And again, we talked about this in the beginning of the match. Vamana, if he wants you, he will stick to you like glue.
Oh, yeah. 0 deaths on the big baby. No kills, but 5 whole assists. And I love this play. The Transcendence has become largely, I would say, I hate the term meta, but a very popular pick on this Vamana. And basically what it allows him to do, he's very defensive with his other itemizations, making note of the 4th item Archon, and then the Breastplate of Valor, but the Transcendence allows him to be a little bit more aggressive, hit a little bit harder, and more importantly, have mana for those combo abilities to never let you out of his sight.
You know what's scary, though? We've got a super tanky guy. Look at those slash lines on his health bar. He's got a lot of health. He's got Clear the Path, which gives him knock immunity. He knocks people up. He can clear the path, get to the back line. He's got a slow. He also has an ultimate that gives him AoE damage, free movement, and CC immunity. Super tanky guy. He's top damage in the game right now.
Yeah, Vamana's his damage output is really no surprise. There was a lot of poke going on in the solo lane, but Vamana's just able to really run the game in a number of different ways.
TheBest says hello, and so does andinster. Xbalanque ultimate in defense will force him away. Look at this ultimate, looking for the dunk, and not find anyone there. There goes the jump in from Scary D. They're looking for some nice pincher attack. They're going to force him back. TheBest will fall.
Boosh winds up with 1 kill over there. He's going to be chased out. A lot of damage. Aurora might be able to finish this one. Grabs one, and Zapman picks up the Boosh. Divios picks up 2 for himself. Only 2 players remain on Luminosity. It's BaRRaCCuDDa and Andy. And djpernicus not giving this one up easy. Taunt's already on cooldown, and the push is going to be used. Now Andy, the target of everybody's ire. djpernicus gets credit for that. 14 in total for Eager.
Desert Fury, Zapman dropping low. BaRRaCCuDDa's going to fall. He's going to jump over, look for the kill. He's not going to be able to find anything. There goes the drop. He is in danger, and he will fall. Now again, you know this is an experienced team. When they're in danger, they split up.
Yep.
And that could have worked out, right? Now, obviously it didn't. They got split up there. Eager played a great match. But when you look at it, you're both in danger. It's likely one of you is going to die. Split up. Don't give them 2 for free. Try to spread that out.
And I like that play coming out from Zapman, but more importantly from Aror. Zapman takes the 1v1 Hunter battle, which is all well and good, but this is a team game. There's no such thing as let them have their fight. Aror comes in, but you notice it's the positioning that was really impressive to me. Aror comes and sees the fight and doesn't try to get vantage point to deal damage. Instinctively just positions himself in front of Zapman, knowing that he's going to intercept whatever BaRRaCCuDDa has to dish out. Love the instincts from Aror, and because Eager are able to find 2 extra kills, it opens the door. Fire Giant goes the way of Eager, and now they sit pleasantly up 11,000 gold, 9 total kills at 24 minutes.
It's beautiful about that team fight towards the mid towers there as well. Is that was really an initiation from Luminosity. Eager, of course, they looked for TheBest. They got him. He backed up. They got him again. He did survive. He got that ultimate, but it didn't hit anyone. But the beauty of it was the positioning. They flanked them inside of a tight corridor, and then Zapman expertly positioned himself to hit the branching bolas. He was hitting 3 targets with every auto attack, and splitting that heavy hitting damage up meant that they were dropping targets quickly.
And that was honestly Luminosity's fight. Luminosity had the fantastic positioning, and you mentioned the pincer maneuver that was coming out. And the idea with Luminosity, they wanted to get rid of TheBest. Between his crushes and his ultimates, TheBest have been a large part of these team fights. You can see him only 9,600 damage. He's right there in the middle, but all of that damage has been the final point to kill players. So Luminosity focusing on the mage, it took a little bit too long. And because they couldn't force Best down immediately, the answer from Zapman and Divios was too loud for LG to listen to.
When you look at that, too, that was a very strange ultimate from BaRRaCCuDDa. I think he got a little skittish there. You saw the ultimate coming out from Aror. Or no ultimate, sorry. You saw the chains coming out from Aror. And you saw from the left side, djpernicus was caught by Luminosity. He was able to pop his purification beads and get out. Pop his cooldowns on his ultimate to get out. And you saw the ultimate come out from BaRRaCCuDDa. The Desert Fury dropped through. No damage done by that one. And, of course, the ultimate didn't come out from Aror, so that's now just on cooldown.
15 kills for Eager right now. And the mid lane looks like where Eager want to make their stay. Luminosity can't really decide which lane they have to defend because Eager's pushing up both and then pushing up the left lane all the way up to the Phoenix. Eager's going to take this tier 2 tower relatively for free, Dry Bear.
I mean, that's 1,500 gold. You look at the numbers here, 6 towers left for Eager, 2 left for, 0 left for Luminosity, 2 Phoenixes since the right Phoenix was taken out. So again, we're in a similar situation that we were in last game. About 16,000 gold in favor of Eager. There goes the Gold Fury screeching her way back into her pit. 26 minutes of the match. Eager has map control again with no towers down. So Luminosity needs to find a way back in.
And it might be this Gold Fury, but Luminosity not going to be anywhere near the target. They're instead pushing up the right lane. Gold Fury goes the way of Eager for free. Not even relatively. Money in the bank. It's going to be 18,000 gold above their opposition. This is dominant. Luminosity have been a strong team. They have never been negative this season, despite having some very negative games. They've always been treading water at the very least, and in the past couple of weeks, since upgrading to Scary D, have been fantastic. An 84% win rate since Scary D has joined the roster. Luminosity have looked very strong, and the reason I'm pointing this out is because Eager are making them Eager are just walking all over Luminosity, and this is not a team that's easy to do that to.
You know, honestly, I wouldn't even call them eager at this point. They're definitely in charge. They're not trying to force this. They are in control of the situation. Nice JeffHindla actually stunned 3 targets. JeffHindla taking some damage. Gonna drop low here. Will he fall? Ares ultimate gonna be pulled. Gonna pull him back in for the kill. There goes the hit. Vamana's ultimate is on cooldown. There goes a nice curse to slow everyone down in the aftermath, and Eager gets another pick.
I love that turnaround from Zapman, focusing on where everybody is. Let me look at the avenues in the jungle. Is anybody looking to pick us up? We have our Phoenix. Annister's on the left. Why don't we run backwards? Divios going to get caught out just a little bit. Clear the path on cooldown now. And the guys from Luminosity looking towards the solo laner.
I mean, you see a Serqet ultimate, you see a Scylla ultimate still ready to go. Eager is very much dangerous in this situation. Anderson's looking for the poke. There goes the jump. There goes the pull back. They're looking for Aurora. Can they find him trapped inside? The pillar wasn't perfect. There was a gap there. Looking for the damage. Backing off the boost. The boost up and low. Going to get a kill on Pernicus as it gets revived. But there is the crush as 2 targets get exploded.
Ooh, a wonderful kill going to Zapman. 7 in total for the Eager Hunter. This Phoenix is down. It was a retreat. The turnaround kills turn this into an onslaught. Eager are going to go aggress onto the Titan, and in fact, Eager are going to take the Titan. Last time Luminosity was able to defend. This time, no way, Jose. 20 kills to 7 in just shy of a half hour. Eager take game number 2.
Scylla ended that fight with the ultimate ready.
Yep.
And so Eager was able to take that without using I'm a Monster, without needing the ultimate, and that's incredible. It was a lot of positioning, right? I give credit to Luminosity. They're behind. Their middle Phoenix is down. Their right Phoenix is down. They have no towers left. They're closing in on a 20,000 gold deficit. They got to make a play.
No,
right? That's a Hail Mary. You got to give them credit. They had to go for it, but in the end, the just sheer mass in the difference between those 2 teams is what lost it for them.
Exactly. We needed to see that kill onto Aurora. It looked like the kill was going to go the way of LG, and then if the Ares falls, if the Fernando falls, who knows what happens to the rest of the team fight. But quite a different situation. Instead, Aurora lives, and then Zapman able to turn things around and just barrel down that mid lane, pick up a couple of kills for himself, and wind up winning the team. Honestly, that was kind of the same story in game number 1. Here's Zapman on Xingwei, her SPL debut, and again, just winds up being incredible in the Hunter role. And today, Zapman takes the plaque of most kills in the Hunter role away from Emilito and takes it to himself.
You show how much experience this team has together. You know, we've seen Eager around ever since season 1. These players have been in this game, ready to go, and they have a lot of confidence in each other. Zapman sits very pretty in a lot of the very dangerous situations, knowing his team has his back. But look at the AoE damage coming out. There's the Rising Jaguar to take him down. The branching bolas are splitting on targets and doing lots of AoE damage. Divios is driving the front line, and it seems like every player on Eager knows exactly where they're supposed to be, almost to the point of a sixth sense, right? They can smell the danger coming.
Zapman has been incredible on, like I said, on a number of gods. He started off this season doing very, very well, Drybear, and his team might not have been on the same page. Zapman put his team in a position to find wins, and they found wins despite not the rest of his team. Now Eager has really stepped it up, but one of the big things that Zapman has done has been innovation, and I want to roll back the clips to take a look at what this Xingwei does here in the SPL. So this is a character that she has one ability that scales at 90%, and that's fantastic. Everything else is an amplification. Her second ability goes ahead and gives her more crit on her basics. Her third ability is a dash with a Fatalis effect, and then her ultimate is, it does a lot of damage, but it takes, it's as long as Xing Qian's wind up for his ultimate. But look at what Zapman's able to do with this character. He just piles in the damage by way of basic attacks, and then is also able to amplify that by using the kit very well. So this is what I want to point out. Since this is the first time that we're seeing this Xingwei, Here's just some basic hunter play. Land your basics, don't do anything crazy. But watch this. He drops the persistent gust, and he just dances on it. Every time he jumps on that persistent gust, that gives him a basic attack. That gives him an attack speed steroid. So he puts that down, and he just sits on it left and right, dodge and weaving, understanding it's going to amplify him. Love to see Zap on these new characters.
It's a nice lineup, and it really helps them a lot. But I'd like to take a little bit on the lineup on the North American teams, right? We're going to see here, as the standings have been updated, Eager takes a 2-0 series. So this is pretty big for them. They're actually going to sit in third place, 13-5. 16-6 for Sora, we know that. 14-6 for Enemy, we know that. Luminosity drops down to 12-10. So obviously, 13-5 is definitely something to write home about. They're in a great spot here. But F-Dot, what happens going forward? Can Eager take this spot?
Yeah, without a doubt. The Eager is my personal prediction to be at DreamHack, but honestly, as far as the other teams, I have the same answer. Yeah, without a doubt. Denial can make it, and they are further down the line. Denial can deal with it. Almost everybody can go ahead and try to make it towards DreamHack. Allegiance and Envy, their path will be a little bit harsher, but this is an interesting game. We're going to see the bounce back from some of these guys and some familiar names. Weaken is coming back from his brief stint on the other platform. He's going to rejoin the SPL. And our good friend Snoopy Evan Man Jones will be back. He's going to be playing in the Hunter role on Envy. So a number of familiar faces there. I want you to give me, without knowing the full rosters, Weaken's return versus Snoopy's return. Who winds up on top?
Weaken.
Weaken?
Weaken. He's a beast.
Rooting for the 667. We'll take
That's
a look. Envy versus Allegiance coming up next.